Hello. So today we are going to do the sound of the letter X. Before we begin, I need you to take a look at the picture. The picture tells the story. Are you ready to hear that story? Great. So let's begin. Max and Ty are playing. They are pretending to be spacemen. Max, the alien, chases Ty, the astronaut, up a tree. Ty falls out of the tree and breaks his arm. His dad takes him and Max to hospital where Ty has to get an x-ray. Ty has to keep his arm very still while they take the x-ray with the x-ray camera. The camera goes kss, 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 kss at every snap. The nurse plasters his arm so that he cannot move it and the bones will mend properly. So, did you like this story? Well, in this story, we have the sound of the letter X. Can you remember the sound made by the X ray camera? Yes, it went kss, kss, kss at every snap. That's the sound of the letter X, and that's the sound we are doing today. So, for the action, I want you to pretend that you have an X ray camera in your hand, just like the boy in this picture. And with this X ray camera, you are going to hold it up and pretend that you are taking an X ray of Ty's arm. Are you ready? Let's go. Kss, 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 kss. It's almost as if you are saying k and s together. Kss. Okay, let's try it again. Kss, 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 kss. That's the sound of the letter X. So now let's move on to another activity. So now we are going to write the letter X. And I want you to pay attention to how we start and how we end. So this is how we start. We make a forward slant and come back opposite side, make a backward slant. Again, forward, then backward. Right. So it's almost as if you have 4 points and you join the opposite points together. So it's like you start here and touch here and you come this way forward and go this way backward. All right. So my X is not straight, but that's how you do it. Okay. So let's move on. So remember how we start and how we end. So are you ready? Let's go. Kus, 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 kus. What you just wrote was the letter X. Great. So let's move on. Now, in this activity, we are going to say the words. Not all the words have the k sound, but we still want to try to put in all the sounds that we have. And later on in the next activity, we will be reading words with the ks in them. So the first picture is that of a fox. So let me get my pencil. I need to fill that those spaces there with letters that make the particular sounds. So I need f, a, x. Fox. I want f, and F, O, O, X, and the X sound is X. So that's an X. So the next picture is that of a goat. G-O-T, goat. Now we don't have an X or a K sound in the word, but let's see what letters we can figure out to put down on the spaces or in the spaces. So goat, G, and O. Remember when the goat put the tree? O. Two letters start with O and A and T. Right. That's goat. And then now we have the word stem. I want to write the word stem. And the stem is the part of a tree. All right? Tree or plant. So let's try it. I need e, m. So I wrote the word stem. So for the next picture, this is a crab, and I want to write the word crab. I need a k, r, a, b. Great. So I just wrote crab. Crab, crab. And the next picture is that of a snail. I want to write snail. I need snail. So let's start that one. What letter says Very good. N. And the two letters that make the A sound, can you remember the boy who couldn't hear? He said A. What two letters? A and I. L. Very good. L. So we just wrote snail. 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 And the last picture is that of a fork. We need f or k, fork. So let's start. F. Or, do you remember the donkey? E or. What two letters say or? Very good. O and R. And we need a k, a tall k. K. Very good. So we just finished write the word fork. 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 So let's just go back and read what we have here. We have ox, fox, goat, goat, stem, crab, crab, snail, snail, and fork, fork. So let's move on. So now we are going to read some words that have the X sound or the X in them. So let's read these words here. Let's put the sounds together. X, 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 mix, mix. Let's try a next one. X, 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 fix, fix. Let's try another one. Now, with this one, we need to make the X very heavy. And when we make that heavy sound, it might sound like a different letter as well. So let's try it. X, it, X, it, exit, exit. Well, we don't say exit, we normally say exit, exit. So it's a heavy sound and it almost sounds like a Z, right? But it's not. So let's try it again. Exit, 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 exit. So exit is the way we move or go out. So let's see another word. Six, 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 six. Now, just like exit, the X in this word also becomes a heavy sound. Let's see what we have, and then we will figure out what it says. We have X, X, exam, exam, but we don't say exam, we say exam, right? So when your brother or sister has to go to write an exam in a school or place, write exam. We don't say exam, we say exam. So the X is a very heavy sound in these words. So let's try another one. Next, 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 next. Next word. Box, 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 box. This word says box. Next word. Fox, 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 fox. This word says fox. We just saw that word before. Next word, wax, 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 wax. Very good. And the last word, now let me give you a trick with this letter, this word. In this word, we have a very small, thin, tiny looking E. That E just sits there and is very shy. That E is silent. So we're not going to say anything, but we will remember that the E is there. Right? So we're just going to make the sound for these two letters here and leave that E alone. So, axe, axe, axe. You know, like the axe is used to cut a tree. Axe. This word says axe. When you, if you have to write the word axe, you can't forget the E. But when we are reading the word axe, we only sound the A and the X and we don't say the E sound. So that was a lot of work, a lot of things for you to remember in those words. But don't worry, as the more we do in terms of coming across new words, the better it is for us to remember those words. Okay, so now is work time. So get your pencils and crayons and workbooks ready. Remember, find the page that you need to do. You do all your tracings and writings first. And the last thing you will do is color all the pictures. Not some, not a little bit. Color all the pictures. Okay? Are you ready? So let's go.